The theme of the Khutba of Friday would be related to Karbala. The tragedy of Karbala was so immense as far as its impact, and the news which spread very fast, and for centuries it has been remembered and it will be remembered. The enemies can do whatever they want, but they will never be able to put off that light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is there in the form of Syed and the Azab of Syed. Banu Umayyah tried different ways of trying to minimize what happened, to make people forget about it. They were not able to actually, totally make the people forget the events of Karbala. But then they, resorted to another method. They basically had a group of people, so-called muhaddiseen, who were at their pay, and they would readily invent a hadith and attribute that to the Prophet of Islam. One of the things they did was to present the day of Ashoora, even before Karbala, that this was a very blessed day. This was the day of Barakat. And not only that, they go back to history and they try to link every important and good event in the history of the Anbiya to the day of Ashoora. They say, for example, the ark of Nuh alayhi salam came to settle down on the day of Ashoora. The fire for Ibrahim alayhi salam became safe and cool on the day of Ashoora. Isa alayhi salam, ascended to the heavens on the day of Ashoora. Musa alayhi salam delivered, Bani Israel from the tyranny of Fir'aun. Parting of the sea happened on the day of Ashoora. So all the important events in the history of religions were tied to the day of Ashoora. And not only that, based on that, they said, because this is an important day, a day of blessing and barakat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, therefore hadiths were invented saying that this is a day where the Prophet emphasized that you should fast. But the reason why we go through hunger and thirst, but then we do faqa. There is a difference between faqa and fasting. This is a response to their propaganda. And this is where we see that, they say it's a happy occasion, you should buy the provision, your anaj, your groceries, or the grains for your family on this day, and there will be barakat in it for the whole year. And this is where even the Jannat of Ashoora that we recited, there is a statement where we say that the Yawmun Tabarakat bihi Banu Umayyah. This is the day on which Banu Umayyah considered this to be a day of Barakat. هذا يوم فرحت به آل زياد وآل مروان بقتل الحسين عليه السلام. This is the day when Al Ziyad and Al Marwan were happy and joyous because of killing Hussein ibn Ali. Unfortunately, even some of the Muslim organizations, even now in North America, I remember seeing a flyer from a very reputable Muslim charity in Canada, where they were basically trying to appeal to the donors in the name of the day of Ashoora, with the same kind of, kit. They said, this was the day when Musa stood by the Red Sea and it parted. We have our own, Red Sea for the causes that we are struggling for, and this is the day of Barakah. These hadiths which were invented by the people at the pay of Banu Umayyah, they didn't realize that they didn't even have proper information of history. Take the example of Musa alayhi salam, and the day the Bani Israel were delivered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Musa from Fir'aun. You know, it is the history of Bani Israel. When did it happen? You go and look at their books. Look at the Bible. Bible very clearly talks about this issue, and it says, you know, observe the month of Abib. The month of Abib in the Jewish calendar would be what is Rajab in our day. Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover until the Lord, thy God. For in the month of Abib, the Lord brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. So even according to the historical record in the Bible, that event took place in Rajab, rather than the Mohram. And this is where we come to realize that it's not even based on any, you know, historical records like that. This is just to deflect the tragic nature of what happened on the day of Ashoora in Karbala. These words, كونوا أحرارا في دنياكم, is a universal message even for those who don't have a religion, do not believe in the day of Qiyamah. Hussein is saying, be true to your humanity, especially during the time of warfare. And this is where we need to realize that the stand of Hussein, the message of Hussein, is not only for the Shias, it's not only for the Muslims, it is not only for the people who believe in religions, it is even for those who do not believe in a God. It is a universal message for the humanity at large. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Assalamu alayka ibn Rasulullah. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always keep us among those who are on the path of Muhammad and Ahl-e-Bait. اللهم صل على سيد المرسلين وشفيع. And the reason why it is there because this was the struggle of a mother looking for water for her. She goes from Safa to Marwa. Because of the heat, she thought maybe it was a mirage. There was no water. She goes back to Safa. Again, she looked the other side. She thought there is water there. She does this 7 times. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loved that spirit of motherhood. I'm sure if Ibrahim was there, he would only go once and that's it. There was a mother who went again and again and again. And Allah rewarded her by Zamzam. That is one Syed. The part for Amal for the Ashoora is another Syed, which was done in the plains of Karbala. In the case of Hajra, Allah rewarded her with Zamzam. But here Hussein went looking for water. What is the difference? Those who recited Kalima, they actually served him with 3, brown arrows. According to the words of Imam Asr al-Ziyad, he says he was Muslim. The arrow went from one side, just under the ear to the other side. The most difficult moment for Hussein ibn Ali on that day was not the Shahada. It was when he was carrying the infant. How would he go in that way? The mother of the baby. She didn't want to be able to bear it. Goes to near the tents and then comes back. 7 times. Similar to the study done between Safa and Marwa. But this is the peak of submission to Allah by Hussein. that he doesn't complain. The only words he was uttering at the time, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Ridwan bi-qadaihi wa taslimun. We are from Allah and to Him we return. That is the beginning and end of our life. And in between is rida and submission to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remembering that, inshallah, we do this amal, we stand up.